Now, in the game versus Valencia, we saw a lineup that was probably our best starting 11, in my opinion. And we put it out, and Tomori going on the bench with Gabia coming in. And we saw Reinders finally playing that number 10 position where he had so much success in the international level. And we saw the double pivot of Loftus-Cheek and Fofana, which I thought was pretty decent this game. And also, we saw Tammy Abraham get the start for his first ever game in Milan. But it's the two players that were in the news the last couple weeks, and they were the orchestrators in this match. And Teo and Liao back in the starting 11. And in my opinion, they had fantastic games. And this was just a reminder of what they can bring. And I feel like a lot of fans forgot what these guys can bring just because of some poor performances in the past. And Liao has been getting so much stick this season, especially on Milan Twitter, when he has 3 goal contributions in 4 games. And on the topic of Liao, he's not going to be that player who scores 20 plus goals a season. He is strictly a provider and an assist man. Being able to get into the spaces and open up the rest of the pitch while making space for other teammates and being a threat in that way. And we saw it in that first goal, allowing Teo to make those overlapping runs. And a special shout out to Pulisic, who had a fantastic game, not only grabbing an assist for the Gabia goal, but also scoring a penalty. And for Pulisic, that's 4 goals and assists in 4 games. And he's been the most reliable player in terms of our offensive output. And it's great seeing him thrive in a system like this. And I think it's just a great sign of things to come and maybe even break his goal and assist tally from last season. And in this match, we saw Fonseca have the team defend a little bit deeper, which plays to the strengths of this squad. And the best thing to come out of this game, in my opinion, was the clean sheet, right? The first clean sheet of the season. Gabia continues to impress once again when called upon. And if I'm Tomori, I'm going to be shaking in my boots. But Gabia continues to impress. Pavlovic being sharp as always. And what a steal this player was to bring him into the club in a common Moncada W. And Mike as well looking great as well. And I think it's just a great sign of things to come into the future with these next couple games upon the horizon. However, with a great performance versus Venezia, in all due respect, it is Venezia. So let's kind of come back down to earth and look at the reality of what we need to do going forward. In my opinion, that's to be consistent, especially with these next couple games coming with Liverpool and Inter, but we'll get to those later. But I think the most positive thing to come out of this game with the clean sheet as well, but also we're starting to see the identity of this team. And we saw how nicely the guys were able to play out of pressure and go out on the attack. And the more these guys kind of get used to this system, we'll start to see a lot more positive things to come in the future. So I think, with this great win, I think there may be some hiccups, but we just have to be patient. So let's go to tops and flops. So for top for me, I'm going to say Pulisic because not only did he grab a goal, but he also got an assist. And he just continues to be the most consistent in our attack. And I just think it's a great sign of things to come for Pulisic. However, for flop, this might be a little harsh, but I'm going to say Fofana because despite his goal, I think he lost the ball a couple times in the midfield. And I think he just didn't seem like a figure in this midfield. But I do think that this will take time. And I think, come, more games and more game time Fofana gets, I think the more comfortable he will get. So a little bit harsh, but Fofana is my flop. So let's preview the Champions League game. And I'm so excited for this Champions League season. I love Champions League. It's so exciting to kind of see the big stars on the pitch. And we host Liverpool this Tuesday in the San Siro. And to be honest with you guys, despite a positive result on Saturday versus Venezia, I think this game could go in the wrong way versus Liverpool. And with this team not quite up to speed, it's going to be tough to ask and to get a positive result in match day one in this Champions League campaign. But the only thing I can say is that with this Liverpool team losing this weekend to Nottingham Forest, maybe we can roll the dice and gamble a little bit and take advantage of this. But I'm not feeling optimistic about this match. And that's why I feel like, honestly, I think Milan is going to lose this one. Just Liverpool is too strong right now. And despite them losing versus Nottingham Forest, I think it's just a hiccup for them. I think they'll try to bounce back in the most aggressive way possible. And Liverpool under Arne Slot and just the weapons that they have, Luis Diaz firing on all cylinders, Salah doing great as well, Van Dijk obviously a presence in the defense as well. It's going to be very tough for this Milan team, who is still trying to gel and kind of get to know each other on the pitch as well. It's going to be tough for this Milan team to kind of break that Liverpool team. So that is why I think we're going to lose. Now, going from Champions League, let's also preview our next game in the Serie A, which is against Inter. And Inter just tied their last game versus Monza. And I think Inter this year kind of look like they have a preseason rust to them, but I'm sure they'll be up to the task to perform well in the derby, as they always do, unfortunately, which scares me. And I think we'll learn a lot about this Milan team when we play Liverpool in the midweek. But with the derby, I think form just goes out the window. And I do think that Milan could get a positive result. And by that, I mean not lose. So I think I'm going to predict a draw for this one, just because I feel like I said, form goes out the window in these type of derby matches and in these big games. But I do think that Milan, I think if they could get something positive versus Liverpool, I think it's a sign of great things to come when we play Inter in the midweek. I think that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys check us out on all of our socials at Instagram at Home of Milan, Bunches at Home of Milan, Twitter and TikTok, all at Home of Milan. And make sure you guys get involved in the comment section below. What do you think about Milan's chances in the Champions League? What did you guys think about this Venezia game and kind of the whole drama around Teo and Leao in these last couple weeks? And also, what do you guys think about the derby? I'd love to hear you guys' predictions and thoughts in the comment section below. So make sure you guys get involved, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ragazzi.